Hello and welcome to our English podcast. Great that you are here again. Today we have a new topic. How can you talk about your personality? So how do you describe yourself?
I find that exciting. I often do not know how to describe myself.
That is normal. Many learners know words, but they do not know how to use them in a chat. And that is what we do today. We will speak like in a real chat. Simple, clear, and natural. But before we start, one short thing. We have written our first book. It is about funny stories from everyday life in Britain, situations you already know or will soon experience. There you also learn how people really speak, how they describe themselves, how they react, and how real conversations sound. By buying it, you support this podcast a lot and help us create more content like this. Thank you very much. Good, then let's start. I ask you a simple question. If someone asks you, "What are you like as a person?" what do you say?
That is difficult. I am not sure how to begin.
Exactly, and that is the point. Many think too long, but you can start very easily. You can say, "I am calm," or "I am open," or "I am friendly."
So just one word.
Exactly. One word is enough for the beginning.
I think I am quite calm.
Very good. And now you can expand it a bit. You say, "I am quite calm. I listen a lot. I don't talk so much."
I am quite calm. I listen a lot. I don't talk so much.
Perfect. Just like that.
But what if I want to say more?
Good question. Then you stay with short sentences. You give small extra details. For example, "I am friendly. I like helping. I am often in a good mood."
I am often in a good mood.
Very good. You can also say what you are not.
So, negative.
Not negative, just honest. For example, "I am not very patient," or "I am sometimes nervous."
I am sometimes nervous.
Very good. That makes you human.
And if I want to describe someone else?
Very good question. We will do that now. You can say, "He is very kind." "She is very open." "He is calm." "She is very active."
So, almost the same as for myself.
Exactly. Just with he or she.
That is easy.
Exactly. And now we make a small dialogue. I ask you, what are you like as a person?
I am quite calm. I listen a lot. I am friendly.
Very good. And now I ask further, are you more spontaneous or do you plan a lot?
I plan more. I like structure.
Very good. And now you ask me a question.
What are you like as a person?
Good question. I am quite open. I like talking with people. I am also very curious.
Are you more calm or active?
I'm more active. I enjoy doing many things. I like trying new things.
That sounds interesting.
Thanks. And that is exactly how a conversation starts. You ask simple questions, you give simple answers, and you stay in the flow.
That feels much more natural.
Exactly. And that is the goal. Then in the next chapter we go deeper. I will show you how to describe your personality even more clearly. Good, let's take one more step. Now we describe your personality in more detail, not with one word only, but with small situations and examples.
So, not only say how I am, but show it.
Exactly. That is much more natural. Imagine someone asks you, "What are you like as a person?" You do not only say, "I am friendly." You say, "I am friendly. I like helping others. I am there for my friends."
That sounds much stronger.
Exactly. You give a small picture of yourself.
I think I can do that.
Very good. Then let's try it. What are you like as a person?
I am quite calm. I listen a lot. I am there for my friends.
Perfect. That is very natural. Now we go on. You can also say how you are in certain situations.
For example,
For example, at work or at school. You can say, at work, I am very focused. I like working in a team.
I like working in a team.
Very good. Or, in new situations, I am sometimes nervous, but I try to stay open.
That fits me well.
Then say it.
In new situations, I am sometimes nervous. But I try to stay open.
Perfect. Just like that.
And if I want to talk about my strengths?
Very good question. Then you simply say, I am good at. For example, I am good at organizing. I am good at listening.
I am good at listening.
Very good. And you can expand it again. Say, I am good at listening. People often tell me their problems.
People often tell me their problems.
Perfect. That makes your statement stronger.
And weaknesses?
Also important. You can say, I am not so good at, or I sometimes have problems with.
I sometimes have problems with stress.
Very good. Or I am sometimes impatient.
I am sometimes impatient.
Perfect. That is honest and natural. Now we make a small chat. I ask you, what are your strengths?
I am good at listening. I am friendly. I like helping.
Very good. And what is one weakness?
I am sometimes nervous. I think too much.
Very good. That is very real.
And now I ask you, what are your strengths?
Good question. I am very open. I can speak well with people. I often stay calm in stressful situations.
That is a good strength.
Thanks. One weakness is that I sometimes do too many things at the same time.
I know that feeling.
Exactly. And that is important. You show that you know yourself. And that is the goal. Not perfect words, but real statements.
I see that I can say much more than before.
Exactly. You describe yourself step by step. And the best thing is, you can use this in many situations, on chats with friends, at work, or when you meet new people.
That is very helpful.
Very good. In the next chapter, we will go even further and make everything even more natural and personal. Good, let's take one more step. Now we make it more personal. Not only describe how you are, but also why you are like that.
So, more depth.
Exactly. That makes your English instantly stronger and more interesting. Imagine someone asks you, what are you like as a person? You say, I am quite calm. I listen a lot. That is good. But now comes the next step. You explain why. For example, I am quite calm because I like to listen and understand others.
Ah, that sounds much more personal.
Exactly. You give a reason. And your sentence becomes stronger at once.
I want to try that.
Very good. What are you like as a person?
I am quite calm because I like to listen and understand others.
Perfect. Just like that. You can do that with many things. For example, I am often in a good mood because I try to think positively.
I am often in a good mood because I try to think positively.
Very good.
And if I want to say something negative?
Also important. You can say, I am sometimes nervous because I think too much.
I am sometimes nervous because I think too much.
Perfect. That is honest and natural. Now we will have a short chat. I ask you, are you more spontaneous or do you plan a lot?
I plan more because I like structure and then feel safe.
Very good. That is a strong answer. And now I ask further, how are you with other people?
I am friendly and open because I like meeting new people.
Perfect.
Now I ask you, why are you so open?
Good question. I am open because I am curious and like hearing new views.
That sounds very interesting.
Thanks. And that is how a real chat starts. You do not only give information, you give reasons, you show your thoughts.
That makes it much more real.
Exactly. And now one more important point. You can also give small examples.
For example,
I am very helpful. When a friend has a problem, I am always there.
when a friend has a problem, I am always there.
Very good. Or, I am sometimes shy. In big groups, I do not say much.
In big groups, I do not say much.
Perfect. Now people can see you as a person.
That is a big difference.
Exactly. You do not only list words, you describe your life. Now we will do a small exercise. I ask you something personal. What is important to you in life?
My friends are important to me because they support me, and I feel good with them.
Very good. That is a strong answer. And what would you like to improve?
I want to become more confident because I sometimes have too much fear.
Perfect. Just like that.
I notice that I can speak much more freely now.
Exactly. Because you no longer search, you simply speak about yourself. And that is the goal. To speak naturally means to talk about real things.
That feels right.
Very good. In the next chapter, we will finish and sum everything up. Good, we are now at the end of this episode. This episode was a bit shorter. Do you prefer episodes that are shorter or longer? Please write it in the comments. Let us sum up again what you learned today. Today we spoke about how you can talk about your personality. You learned how to describe yourself and show others who you are.
Yes, and I noticed that it is not so complicated.
Exactly. You do not need perfect sentences. You need simple, clear statements. You can start with, I am calm, I am open, I am friendly.
That is a good start.
Then you go one step further. You give more information. I am calm. I listen a lot. I do not talk so much.
Yes, that makes it clearer right away.
Exactly. Then comes the next step. You explain why. I am calm because I like to listen. I am friendly because I want to help others.
That makes it more personal.
Exactly. And then you can give examples. When a friend has a problem, I am there. In big groups, I am rather quiet.
That really shows how you are.
Exactly. That is the goal. Not only say words, show yourself as a person. And very important, you can also ask questions. What are you like as a person? What are your strengths? What do you want to improve?
Yes, that helps to start a chat.
Exactly. Language is always an exchange. Now comes your task, for you and for all who listen.
Okay, I am ready.
Take a moment and think about yourself. What are you like as a person? Choose 3 simple statements. For example, I am calm, I am friendly, I am sometimes nervous.
Everyone can do that.
Exactly. Now expand these sentences. Say why, or give a small example.
So, tell a bit more.
Exactly. Then speak it out loud, not only in your head, really loud. You can do this alone or with someone.
That helps with learning.
Very good. And now one more thing for all listeners. Write to us in the comments. What are you like as a person? Write 1 or 2 sentences about yourself.
That is exciting.
Exactly. If you want, also read the comments of others. You get new ideas and see how they describe themselves.
That is very motivating.
Exactly. Learning happens not only here in the podcast, it also happens when we share. Maybe we will speak about your answers in a next episode.
That would be cool.
Very good. Thank you for being with us today. Stay tuned, speak out loud, and do not be afraid to show yourself.
Thank you, Peter. That was really helpful.
With pleasure. We will hear each other next time.
See you next time.
Goodbye.